Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be continuing my video from last week. So this is the part 2 on illustrating my fresh produce that I've put little faces on. Okay, they're alive, like people like you and me. And just a recap from last week, I did a little fig, a radish, and this pepper. And so now what I'm working on is the little peas in a pod, going over with the eggshell white. If you didn't watch last week's video, I'm going on over top of each of the drawings with eggshell white. Don't know why they call it eggshell white. It most certainly is not. But that's okay. It's the kind of creamy neutral sort of color that I wanted to tone everything in the same way so that they all sort of are cohesive in the page. And it worked pretty well, I think. So with the peas, the little faces, I couldn't get too much detail in the faces. By the way, my name is M. I keep forgetting to say what my name is at the start of the videos, and I feel quite bad about that every single time. And I don't know why I forget until after I've posted the video, so I just wanted to put that in here. My name is M. You can call me M. E-M. And anyways, so with the peas, the tiny faces, I couldn't get too much detail because they were so tiny because there was a bunch of them, but I think they still look pretty cute. And they're just like, they just woke up from a nap and they're just little babies, you know? So I sacrificed the detail in the face for the ability to have a bunch of little guys in a little tiny pocket, you know? I think it was worth it for that. And there's a bunch of faces in this page, so it was okay. Besides that, I think it was just a nice addition of green into the corner there, especially with the yellow corn and the red beside it, and it was a cool green. So I think it was just a really good place for it, and it fit into the corner. So that's why I did the peas. I really wanted to do the corn. I really wanted to do the peach. I think the peach is my favorite. I'm really, really jazzed for you to see it. Can't wait. The corn, I loved how the husk, I think that's what they're called, the husk pieces. Its hair was flowing in the wind. And I love that about it. I actually do really like drawing corn. I like how you can do a lot of shine on those little kernels. And I find it easy and fun to do, except for it's hard to put eyes on something that has a bunch of those little guys on it. Anyways, I went over top with the mid-tone yellow that I was going to use. Just, the classic corn kind of yellow, but I also knew I was going to use the color pencils a lot, and I wanted to do some shadows and some highlights to make it look really nice and shiny and like it's really juicy. So I had to make it, not too dark of a color and not too saturated because I was going to go over with saturated color pencils eventually. So I kept that in mind. And for the husk part, I did a yellow green. I kept everything kind of yellow. I wanted it to look very warm tone green because I just wanted to focus on the shape of the corn more than I wanted to focus on anything else. So I kept the colors a little simple. I love how this corn turned out so much. I'm definitely going to make a sticker of it. You can let me know what kind of stickers or whatever, prints or whatever, if you want me to make, because I'm trying to figure out right now which ones to make into stickers and which ones to just leave. I think I'll probably leave the pepper, and I'll probably leave the peas. But I think everything else, like the mushrooms, I'm going to have a hard time not making a sticker from the mushrooms, if I'm perfectly honest. They're so cute. When I sketched them, I was like, what is even happening? My hand is separate from my body right now. I'm just sketching them I'm on the astral plane. I was like, this is so good. Looking back, it's not really that good, but it was like the last one I did, so I was perfectly warmed up. When you kind of have that moment. It happens so infrequently for me and in such small cases. I feel like I'd have to warm up for 3 days until I can really make something I'm really happy about. It takes a while when I find that other people they're like, okay, well, I warmed up for half an hour and then I made this magical, beautiful piece of work. But I guess that's how it is for everybody. Everybody looks at everybody else's stuff and thinks it's always better. But then they're probably feeling the same way I am. And maybe some people love the pepper, because I know some people had mentioned that they loved it and they remind them of Jeff Goldblum. I'm looking at you. And I was like, yeah, I was kind of thinking of Jeff Goldblum when I made that, because of, how he likes to lie down. And also, I love Jurassic Park. If anybody else loves Jurassic Park, I'm just always thinking about Jurassic Park. Anytime I see a big tree, a bunch of trees on the edge of a hill or a field, I'm like, a dinosaur could just come right out of there. Like, this would be so perfect. Steven Spielberg. Sorry. My brain just thinks about things sometimes and I have to like say it, and I feel like we're already watching the video. Like, we kind of know what's going on. I'm basically just layering with color pencils, so I just like to shake it up by saying my own thoughts and whatever just jumps into my brain at the time. So I guess it's more of a stream of consciousness. Yeah, stream of consciousness voiceover, I would say. And I do like to jump back in and let you know if there's something important, like how I'm highlighting the insides of the parts of the corn with this, my neon chartreuse yellow green color. Love that color almost just as much as I love my neon orange, which, by the way, just as an update from last week, I was a little, first of all, absolutely touched by all of your kind words about my complex and feeling better about it. So it's okay. I know that I can probably I know that I have in Holbein a color that's similar, so it's going to be okay. It's just that this one is kind of special, and I actually am not able to even check if I have the color, any more neon orange colors, but it would be very unlike me to not get extra. So I probably have maybe one other one, so it'll be okay, and I'll search for it and stuff. But once again, thank you so much for worrying about me, and I just feel so cared for. And also, I hit 15K subscribers on YouTube, and just thank you so much if you subscribed. I really, really appreciate it, and thank you for leaving comments. That's so nice of you. It really is a dream come true. Anyway, so now we're just taking the same white Faber-Castell pen to do the eyes and the purple fog color I always talk about. And I like to put things into the background with this color. I did it with the radish, and I'll do it again with something else. So that was the corn. Love the corn. Definitely making a sticker of the corn. And I do want to make a print, of all of them. I don't know if I made that clear. Anyways, so now I'm doing the peach. The peach is I think it's my most favorite one on this. I worked really, really hard on this page. I just like put everything I had into these little fresh produces. I don't want to say veggies because this is obviously a fruit we're drawing right now. The peach, I love the peach because the grain texture of the pencil on the paper just looked like a peach to me. Like, that looked like what a regular peach would look like anyways. So I was already jazzed because I knew that was going to happen. And I'm like, this is going to look so sick. I can't wait. So I did yellow, pink, orange, and just kind of layered those and did the shadows. And then I did the reflected light on the bottom of its butt with the fog color. And I just think it looks so good. And of course, that's my neon. We had to use a lot of the neon orange in that one. This is Cosmos Pink. I also really like this color. I thought it was good to mention. It's a cool kind of pink. And we're at this end of the color palette of the Holbein pencil set. I never go on that end. That's why I felt the need to show that, because I very rarely use those colors because they're so light. But in this case, it was essential. And do you want to know what movie I was watching while I was making this peach? I was watching the movie It Follows. My sister had recommended it to me in about 2016, I think. So I felt that it was time now to get around to watching it. So I just wanted something like nice and light to play in the background. It's a horror movie. It was pretty good. I thought it was good. I really like horror movies. I like scary movies. I don't want it to be too scary, okay? Don't talk to me about Hereditary. That's a bit much. It's a little heavy. I want it to be like, that's not, okay, well, Hereditary is not really going to happen, but it was just a little much, you know? I don't want it to be traumatizing. I want it to be fun. Like, I want there to be like a little ghoul. And if I'm honest, I really like the Evil Dead movies. And Ash vs. Evil Dead, I don't know if anybody watched that series. But to me, when that came out, I was like, me and my dad absolutely loved it. If you have any good, fun, scary movie recommendations coming into fall, I would love nothing more than to hear them. And even if they are heavy like Hereditary, that's okay. I would still love to hear them. I want to know what your taste in scary movies or movies in general is, because I love movies so much. I love movies and I love shows. I'm just like one of those people. I love like looking at what kind of filmmaking they're doing, looking what kind of colors they're using. And I want to know about the stories and if it's interesting. Did it come from a comic book? If it came from a comic book, I'm probably going to watch it. Anyways, that was the peach. Love it. 10 out of 10. No notes on me. Thanks, me. Actually, a show I recently just finished was called The Decameron. Hope I said it right. I'm sure I did because it's an English word. And it was on Netflix, and I think it's a limited series, and one of the girls from Dairy Girls is in it, which is also one of my most favorite shows ever. And yeah, probably no notes on that either. I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was really funny. And yeah, so if you're looking for something to watch, I would probably recommend that, even though it's slim pickings out there right now, if you get me. But I digress for about 5 minutes. Anyways, I'm doing these little mushrooms. I wanted to be really careful because I did want them to be kind of light colored mushrooms, but still have a lot of colors within them. So that's a little tricky, because I also had to do the eggshell white. But when I was kind of looking at references, I was looking more at not really like the brown cap kind of mushrooms. They're pretty much white mushrooms. So I was like, let me just do a shadow. And yeah, lighten it up again with that other color from the other side of the palette. And just added a little bit here and there to kind of show something or the other. And it just really turned out really cool, and I love them. And I also just like their facial expressions too. But I just think that their mouths, like it was really nice and kind of 3D like looking. It just turned out really good, I guess. I don't know. And I had a lot of fun doing it because it wasn't super complicated, because it was just like a flat surface. Tell me why, like, I guess they're not as smooth. They're not smooth and shiny like the red vegetables. So maybe that's why it was a bit easier for me. But it is just funny how like I'm not having any problem with these mushrooms, but turn them red. I just can't even fathom it. I wouldn't be able to do it. I don't know what that is. It must be my brain. Maybe I have to get out of the idea of the red. Or I could do that thing on Procreate where you turn everything gray and then you just do the colors by their values, and then you turn everything back to the regular colors when you're done, and then I would be good. So I could just pick the colors, do that, and then I wouldn't have to think about it as much. I could just go by value. Maybe I should try that as an experiment. Just so you know, I'm terrible at using Procreate, or any computer for that matter. That's why I'm still using regular tools, because I don't really know how to use Procreate, but I can like edit stuff a little bit. Okay, anyways, here is the finished product. I really hope you enjoyed these videos, and I hope this didn't go too off the rails. Sorry, I kind of like went full stream of consciousness. That was a bit much. But this is what it looks like, and thank you so much for watching and sticking with me through it. Really. And I guess I'll see you next week. Bye!